What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, work way up through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. We're currently in the F1 2012 season, so if you have missed any of the previous two seasons, then go check them out with the card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screens. And if you are new to this series, then go check out all of the rules in the description down below. But looking at the standings after 3 rounds of the championship, we had a great race in Malaysia that got us 12 points. We're in P9, which is a Toro Rosso seat for next season. However, a really horrible race in Australia and a really frustrating race in China. 2 races which we have done really well at in the past, unfortunately means that we are still only in that 9th place and not have got more points. We should have got more points in the Chinese Grand Prix. We were set to get into Q3 in that race, and then we went into the back of Romain Grosjean, who was going slowly ahead of us. And then in the race, we had problems again with Romain Grosjean. And I'm not too sure whether that one was my fault or not. Let me know in the comment section down below. You probably definitely let me know in the previous episode, though. So I will definitely look at those and see whether I was wrong or not. But we have some emails to talk about before today's race. And we don't need to really look at that. We're losing to Toro Rosso, unfortunately, which is rubbish because we need to do better than that. Not a good race for us there. Sakir, though, obviously going to be nice and dry across the whole race weekend. Qualify 14th, finish the race in 11th. Should be achievable. And over talking it there, that's fine. Don't need to worry about that. So, without any further ado, let's head over to the race weekend for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Okay then, let's see how we do in this qualifying session. Down through the final corner, DRS and using curves all the way down to the line, put it up into rich mix, and let's see what we can do. Can we get out of the top 18? Hopefully we can, and hopefully we get into the top half of the field. Down into the final corner then to set our first lap in this qualifying session, our only lap in Q1. And hopefully it is going to be good enough to get us into the top half of the field. Is it going to be good enough to beat Senna? No. Fuck's sake. Oh, I hate this bloody game. Can I just get out of the top 18 for once in my life? Come on. Oh, I'm going to be qualifying way down the field. Then in 18th place. Yep, retired from session. Oh, this is just frustrating. There we go. 18th on the grid. Again. This season and last season, we just can't beat it. We just can't beat 18th position. Oh, is there going to be a day when we can get higher than 18th? That's just what I want to know. At the moment, it just doesn't look like it, and it's just so goddamn frustrating, this game. Ah! Paul Di Resta, once again, out-qualifies us in this session. Beautiful stuff there from you, Paul. Love that. Thank you very much. Even though you're going to qualify in the end, most likely 17th place and only be ahead of me by 1 position. But you still get into Q2. You still get a chance, fella, and you're going to blow it because you're shit. Like everybody else. So I'm better than I'm really not. I really need to pull my act together on this game. I need to change something in qualifying because at the moment it's not working for me. And I've got to stop getting out in P18. Once again, though, it does mean that we're going to have some fun, try and get through the field. As long as we don't get any bloody penalties, then we should be okay. So if we don't get any penalties, then it will all be fine. But we're just going to have to wait and see how that goes. So can we get points in today's race? Let's find out. It's race day. It is the Bahrain Grand Prix. And once again, we start way down the field in 18th position. Got to finish the race, though, in 16th place. That's what the team wants me to do. Should be okay. I do reckon I have got the pace today, and hopefully I can try and get through the field. I made a few mistakes on the qualifying lap because it is only one-shot qualifying. We only get 1 attempt at it. And unfortunately, yeah, we just made too many mistakes into the hairpins, braking too late, and that really screwed us up. But race strategy for today, starting on the options, pitting for the primes on lap 6. And hopefully we can battle it with the guys ahead of us. Teammate challenge. Paul Di Resta is running away with that one, and we need to make it up as the season goes on. 0% chance of rain as we are racing in the desert. So without any further ado, let's head down to the racetrack and get today's race underway. The pole man for today's race is Sebastian Vettel. A great qualifying session there from him with Paul Di Resta ahead of a Ferrari, in fact. So he actually did have a good qualifying session here today, but it's only in, I think that is 11th place. So it's not too great, but here we go. The lights coming on now. It's 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix, down in towards turn 1. A great start compared to everybody else. I'm going to pick the middle line because I think that's the best place to go. Break it nice and early in towards this hairpin up the inside of Kamui Kobayashi as lots of front wings go clattering over to my left-hand side. Not too sure exactly what's happened, but I'm sure I'll get a view later on as Lewis Hamilton runs it very wide. And I've taken out a Toro Rosso. Oh, for fuck's sake! No! No! I had nowhere to go there. Where do I go, Stuart? He's behind me. He is behind me. It's 4 wide into that corner. Where do I go there? Oh, a Toro Rosso goes into the side of me. Yet no, Hayden gets a penalty for that. Are you kidding me? You are kidding me, right? I'm gonna come back to this and it's gonna say, haha, we're just joking. You don't really get a penalty because otherwise I can't see what on earth I did wrong there. I gave Lewis Hamilton the room, the only guy I could see. I cannot see this guy who's on my left-hand side. I would not be able to see him in my mirrors either because he's on my left-hand side. He's going side by side with his teammate. It's not my fault that he is trying to take a normal racing line there. He is not going to be able to go through there. If I wasn't there, he still would have crashed into Lewis Hamilton. So, like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do here? Huh? Am I supposed to back out of his way? Or am I supposed to carry on? Because that's just absolute fucking bullshit. And I'm really getting pissed off with this game now. We've got another drive-through penalty. I'm going to go up the inside of all of these guys and move it up in towards P11. We've got to come into the box at the end of this lap to serve a fucking drive-through, which is not deserved. Right, maybe the one against Roman Grosjean in China was the... Oh, and then we spun it on a curb. Do you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this race. Restart. Because I'm not having that. I'm not having that. That's just not fair. Getting a penalty and then touching a curb and sending me into the fucking barrier. What am I supposed to do from there? Run at the back again? No. We're restarting the race. And hopefully this time it can be a lot better because it can't get any worse than that. Here we go then. On the grid once again. 3, 4, 5. Red lights. It's lights out. And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Vern pushing over on the right-hand side. I want to get through here on the curbage. So I'm going to go up the inside of him and try and find a way through on all of these guys up the inside, possibly right behind Lewis Hamilton. Oh, nice little gap through here. Not touching the McLaren driver at all. Lewis Hamilton once again going slow. And there's been a collision behind me once again. Right, where do I go? Any penalties this time? Oh my god! We haven't got a penalty. Hallelujah. Right, up the inside of all these guys. And there we go, up in towards P8, side by side with a McLaren. No, it's a Mercedes, in fact, still side by side. Can we get Maldonado? Yes, we can, up the inside. Wheel banging with the Maldonado himself. And there we go. Through there and up into P7, right behind my teammate of Paul di Resta. Right, what can we do on him? Can we get past Paul di Resta and move up into P6? Need to beat my teammate. That is the goal for today. For every single race, we have to beat our teammate. If we can't beat our teammate, we shouldn't be racing in Formula 1. Simple as that. If you can't beat your own teammate in the same machinery, you shouldn't be racing here. So we need to beat Paul di Resta. Okay, and I think Maldonado is going to be going on the attack down in towards this corner. Michael Schumacher is definitely going to try. Where's he going to go? Down in towards turn 1, braking at the 150-meter board. And exactly the same place where I broke down in towards qualifying. And I have to lift off the brakes because I broke too early. So I don't know what that's all about. But the guys ahead of me batting quite hard. And that's going to allow Paul di Resta to have a little look around the outside. Down in towards that corner. I'm going to have a look up the inside in towards turn 3. Make contact with Paul there. But we do manage to get through. He turned in a little bit. It was just sort of a weird line from Paul. I was trying to anticipate where he was going to go. And unfortunately, I just sort of misjudged that. But luckily with teammates. So the team aren't really going to be too happy with us making contact. But they're not really going to be too annoyed because I only lost him a position to myself. So I forced Rosberg out wide there. And that gives me the position up into P5. Lovely indeed. The Mercedes of Nico Rosberg right on my tail at the moment. He's maybe going to have a look up the inside down in towards this final corner. Not able to do anything through there. And we're just about going to hold on to position. But he is going to have another opportunity all the way down in towards turn 1. So whereabouts is the Mercedes driver going to go? Left, right. I'm going to go defensive. He's going to have the left-hand side. And there he goes. Later on the brakes as well. But side by side in towards the hairpin. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two of us. Using curves out the corner. Giving him the room. And, oh my god, on the curb. A little bit of contact once again. But he forced me onto the curb there. Not too sure what I could have done. And Paul di Resta getting the position done on Nico Rosberg as well. That's a good job for the team. Yellow flag out, though. I'm not too sure what has happened somewhere out on track. If it could give me a safety car, that would be brilliant. As it could allow me to catch up to the guys ahead of me. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. As the yellow flag is out for quite a considerably long time. which means there's not going to be a safety car. Damn it, I need a safety car. I want to try and be battling with those guys. They're just too quick at this stage of the season. Right then, into the pits we go on this lap here on lap 6 of this Bahrain Grand Prix. I've got Rosberg all over my tail, so I'll be hoping to rejoin the track ahead of him. He stays out. He decides not to come into the pit lane, but the other Mercedes of Michael Schumacher does come into the pit. So, whereabouts is this going to put us? Whereabouts are the Williams team as well? Because hopefully they don't hold me up. Go, 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 go. 3.7 second stop. Not held up by the Williams driver of Maldonado, who came in right behind me. And there we go, rejoining ahead of the Mercedes. Quite a bit ahead of Mercedes as well. So that's pretty good. And I'm going to come out in fresh air ahead of this guy too, as I've overshot the hairpin. Brilliant start to this lap on the prime tyres, but I need to put in some good laps and try and come out ahead of Rosberg and Paul di Resta. Right then, so the moment of truth. Am I out ahead of Paul di Resta and Nico Rosberg? They are coming out of the pit lane now. Where is Paul di Resta going to be? And I've got him up into P5 once again. Perfect, absolutely perfect. That couldn't have gone any better as Michael Schumacher jumps my teammate as well, but hopefully Paul di Resta can come back at him. I'm going to be slow anyway on these tyres. I'm not exactly the quickest around this track. I'm not scared to admit that, but luckily I have got track position. That is the most important thing. Right, Schumacher right on my tail. So no doubt he is probably going to go for an overtake down this start-finish straight. Will I have anything to defend with? We're just going to have to wait and see, but he's going to be very, very quick. Where is he going to go? Hopefully on the right-hand side. If he does, I'm going to push him over to the far right as he possibly can. But unfortunately, still nothing to defend with. But under braking, so much better under braking. And there we go, cutting across him and getting the job done. Right, there we go, holding on to P5. This is going to be a tough old battle across these last 4 laps. But Paul di Resta is going to get involved as well. So hopefully we can make it a 5-6 finish for the Force India team. Oh, Schumi! Schumi, what are you doing? Why are you dive bombing it up the inside like that? Okay, yes, we did have a little bit of room there. We were a little bit wide on the apex, but at the end of the day, that one definitely was not my fault. Schumacher into the back of me, puts himself into a spin, and there he goes. Doing a Felipe Massa from Malaysia. Way down the field now, unfortunately for him, unless he can get that car turned around. But it is now a Force India 5-6. And I could let di Resta through, as he is quicker than me, but he is not going to catch up to Sebastian Vettel. So the only thing that would do would give him 5th place over my 6th. There's no team orders here. So di Resta, if you want to get past, you're going to have to do it out on track, because no one is going to let you through, especially not me. Okay, here he goes. Left. Okay, he's going left-hand side compared to Michael Schumacher, who went through on the right. Right, where's di Resta going to defend? Okay, he's moved over in the braking zone, but I've gone up the inside, down towards the hairpin, and I've got it turned in for the apex. Beautiful stuff. And there we go, moving back up into P5. Good little battle we're going to have between the two of us now. This is going to be definitely something enjoyable. Right, di Resta, Hamilton, and myself all going to battle now. Those two will have DRS. I'm going to go to the inside line. Okay, no, I'm not going to get sandwiched between both of them. Brilliant. Right, di Resta, please brake early. Yes, he does. In towards the hairpin. We get the job done. Oh, that could have been so close to taking out my teammate there. But luckily, I managed just to sandwich myself ahead of him. And di Resta is still ahead of Hamilton. Can we hold on to this 5th and 6th place? Come on, di Resta. Do a good job for the team. Hold on to it. You've got 2 more laps left to go. You can do this, di Resta. I believe in you. Okay, then we're heading into the final lap of this race now. And I have a huge old train behind me. It's going to be tough to keep these guys behind, but I'm using curves all the way down to the line. That's going to give me a little bit of a safety buffer now. Need to use more curves down in towards turn 1. Use about half of it. That should be enough to defend. Right, back down into limits because we are running low on fuel now. Up the inside, nobody goes. Good. That's what I like to see. There's a good old battle happening behind us. About 3 drivers. Di Resta still holding on to the position though. Good boy. Good boy, Di Resta. Hold them off as long as you can. Fernando Alonso, though, wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. A great result for the Spaniard. But there's only a couple of corners left to go for us. I have Paul di Resta on my tail. He has Lewis Hamilton on his tail. Then I think there's a Mercedes right behind him as well. So what can we do? Final corner in this race. Let's get the car turned in. No mistakes. using Kurz down towards the line. And we are going to hold on to P5 for the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a result here today after the shambles that we had at the Chinese Grand Prix. We get 5th place despite starting in 18th on the grid. And that we can't get anything better than that. We couldn't have got anything better than that. So I'm very, very happy with 5th place here today. And it's a 5th, 6th for the Force India team. Great result for the team as well. Jenson Button actually wasn't Lewis Hamilton. It was Jenson Button having the battle with us. Lewis Hamilton must have got DNF because he is nowhere at the moment. But Fernando Alonso is the race winner today, with Kimi Raikkonen getting a 2nd place. So well done there to the Lotus drive, with Mark Webber in 3rd, Vettel 4th, myself 5th, Paul di Resta 6th, Jenson Button in 7th with Nico Rosberg 8th, Michael Schumacher 9th after having that spin, and Felipe Massa in 10th, with Lewis Hamilton way down the field in 13th position. So not a good day for the Brits there. Anything else? Nothing else really to talk about. Vitaly Petrov being the only guy to DNF, but he's in a Caterham, so that does not really matter. So, Drivers' Championship then. Whereabouts does this put me? Back up into 7th place, which is still a Toro Rosso seat for F1 2013. Looks like we're still managing to hold on to that place. But we've jumped past Roman Grosjean, so I'm very happy about that after the last race, where he just, you know, was terrible to us. But we're right behind Kimi Raikkonen now. There are 7 points separating us two. That's 6th place, so that is a Sauber seat for next season. Even though I don't really want a Sauber seat for next season, it's still a better seat than Toro Rosso. So I still won't mind if the Ragsrich just goes the same way. But championship now. Nothing separates Lewis Hamilton or Mark Webber, with Fernando Alonso only 1 point behind the two of them. So it looks like it's a 3-horse race at this stage of the season for the championship, which is really, really cool indeed. And the Constructors' Championship is McLaren in the lead at the moment, 10 points ahead of Red Bull Racing, with Force India in 5th, ahead of Mercedes, and only 13 points behind Lotus at this stage of the season. So hopefully we can catch up to that team. But that's it for the Bahrain Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed this episode, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so for daily Formula One content. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. But I'll see you next time at the Spanish Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.